Whoa! Doesn't this spot look like there might be a fairy peeking out any minute? Or a little elf or a gnome underneath a flower? It made me think of this book called Fairy Science. So, here we go. Esther does not believe in magic, which is unusual because Esther is a fairy and fairies are all about magic. Why, they use magic wands and they mix magic potions, and some fairies even make magical dust. But Esther's pretty sure it's just dandruff. She is the only fairy in Pixieville that believes in science. She prefers facts and data and hard evidence to wishing on stars. She doesn't have a room, she has a laboratory. Unfortunately, the only thing they teach in fairy school is magic. Class is very frustrating for Esther. Why, fairies were born when a drop of rain passed through a rainbow and landed on a flower bud, and when the bud bloomed, the first fairy took flight. And it is also very frustrating for Miss Pellypetal. As you can see from this chart, it is more likely that fairies came as a response to influences such as environment and diet. Esther can't help observing the world differently from everyone else. Where other fairies see a path to hidden gold, Esther sees light and water colliding. Follow the rainbow. Actually, the water just helps us see all the colors that are hidden in sunlight. It's called dispersion. And where they see a dangerous omen, she sees condensation. You see, when the temperature is just right, the water droplets are suspended in the air. Science. And when they see faces of spirits, she sees erosion. See, the rocks get worn away by water and wind, and the faces are just your imagination. But I don't think they're listening, Esther says. Esther can't wait to teach the scientific method to her fairy mates. Ask a question, and then you do some research and you find out more, and then you make a hypothesis, and that's a fancy word for a guess. And then you do experiments. That's my favorite part. And then you study the results and you draw a conclusion. Eureka! Or you could just do magic. No. She shows them the periodic table. All right, so this is a list of all the elements that make up the whole universe. Oh, no. That's not all of them. Where are dreams and wishes and sunshine? She even demonstrates gravity. See, gravity is why things fall down instead of up. And they're like, but we go up. They just don't get it. And she kicks a rock and it pings off the tree and whoosh, all the leaves fall down. That was definitely gravity. But there's something wrong with this tree. It's wilting. The fairies do their best to help it. They cast spells, and they make magic ointments, and they do mystical dances. That's not gonna help. But nothing works. The tree keeps on wilting. Esther asks a question. Why is the tree wilting? She does some research. Well, what do I know about trees? I know that they have leaves, they have roots, they're pretty, and they grow out of dirt. And she makes a hypothesis. Let's see. What does the tree need to grow? Water, soil, air, hugs, and she tries some experiments. So she has some little trees that she's trying to grow. This is science, people. She studies her results, And at last, she draws a conclusion. And of course, you have to say, Eureka! The tree needs more sunlight. Definitely. Definitely. So, say the tree needs sun. So, she's going to make a path so that the sun can reach the tree. So helpful. If I could turn the page, it would really be helpful. But sometimes they're just stick. All right, so now she waits for the sun to do its work. So she waits through the spring and the summer and the fall and the winter. Let's see what happens next spring. It took a while, but the tree is looking positively perky. She did it. Esther has proven the power of science. At least she thought she did. Because now this little girl's saying, no, Miss Polly Petal did it. Magic saved the tree. She might have changed the other fairies' minds, but Esther has inspired some questions, even though she didn't change the other fairies' minds. And that's good, because they're wondering, how did you do that? And can you teach us science? So that's what every good scientist needs to get started. Just start asking questions. So, and if you ever check out this book, it has a sunbeam experiment in it that you can try at home. I hope you enjoyed the magic of science.